Well, guys, welcome to Mystics or Lunatics with the beautiful two ladies from Castlebar, Queen Andrea and Queen Anne.
I just realised that Mum and I are matching in our outfits today, and this was not planned. She just likes to copy me.
Really?
Yeah.
No, you yanked me out from. I'm trying to get a blanket on. I'm crocheting the blanket. And come on, and Pete brought me up a cup of tea. I was going to say Mick brought me up a cup of tea. I'm getting confused with my men. But now that's a joke. That's a
We know
joke.
that, Anne. We know that. We know that.
So everybody, I'm enjoying my cup of tea.
I actually bought myself a coffee machine Friday
good on you, Andrea.
last week because I love my caramel cappuccinos. And I like to think, I'm very prim and proper. And I was calculating all of the money I spend on going into town and buying a cappuccino, right? And it's $4.25 for a cappuccino. That doesn't include the diesel you spend to get into town, and then you have to pay for parking before you can even go in and get your caramel cappuccino.
And what about the mammy legs, the ones in the box?
Yeah, but I really like a proper grounded coffee cappuccino with a drizzle of caramel syrup in it. So I estimated it cost me about €8 every time I want to go and have a coffee. So I went into Harvey Norman's.
Good old Harvey Norman, huh? God bless him and save him.
Speaking about
Lovely
the energy,
man.
I made Dad come with me, Mick. And we got out of the car and I said, I'm telling you now, I'm going to get this coffee machine on sale. And Dad was looking at me like, yeah, we'll see. We walked past this fella sitting in his van in the middle of the Harvey Norman's car park. And he took a lighter out of his pocket and started singeing out his ear hairs in the van. And Dad just looked at me and he says, Andrea, why do these things happen when I'm with you?
Did you ever hear of that done before, Mick?
No, and I would not be taking a lighter to me somehow or another.
I was standing there and then I went in and the two of us were just in pure shock.
And they were shocked when they come home telling me.
But I went into Harvey Norman's and lo and behold, I got my coffee machine on sale because I said I was going to get it on sale. I manifested it getting out of the car that it was going to be on sale. I was going to get one for a very good price. And I did. I put that energy out there and within the space of me walking in to the shop, €50 off it.
It's not so true, guys.
I find that happens all the time.
I said it, I called, and Dad was looking at me and he said, you said it coming in. And I got all the accessories and everything to go with it, still well under the price the machine was if it wasn't on sale.
Yeah, but it's even happening quicker now. Like the last 72 hours of energy, people are losing their marbles. Absolutely losing their marbles, guys.
But then Dad and I came home and we were driving home in the car and we could see a load of smoke in the distance. And Dad said to me, I hope that fella's all right that was singeing out his ears.
Well, he won't be able to wear glasses ever again anyway. 2 ears will be burnt off him.
No, Mick, talking about the energy is very heavy.
And it's ridiculously heavy. It's absolutely... No, I'm sleeping a lot with it. I'm drained with it, but it's ridiculously heavy. Well, absolutely.
Somebody passed comment on me the other night that how I looked very tired. And I just slept a lot this week. I don't see how I've
slept more this week than I have slept in the last 4 years.
I'm sleeping like a baby. My sleep is great. Yeah. But a very weird thing happened to me yesterday. I actually want to read out a question somebody has that has to do with what we're talking about. So I'm going to read this out first. And then I'm going to tell you what happened to me yesterday because I was shocked with the energy. So a lady reached out to us and she said, Hi Mick, Andrea and Anne. As Mick already knows, I love the podcast, always puts a smile on my face. And this is Fiona.
Hi Hi, Fiona.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Topic for this week, please. I know I'm not the only one talking about it. The spiral in the sky last night. Now, she sent this message on Tuesday, so it would have been Monday night. Was it a portal, something spiritual,
The portal in England.
or just a SpaceX jumping fuel? I know what I believe. Anne and Andrea, looking forward to meeting you in the future.
And you as well. Now, explain to me what she had
That's Fiona
said.
from the shop in Wicklow, guys. That is.
Oh, wow.
Where you're coming down, Anne, where you'll be doing your readings.
Right.
Lovely people. Absolutely salt of the earth, lads. Salt of the earth.
What did she say?
It's a photograph that was on if what I'm thinking is right, it's a photograph that was up there on Facebook, or wasn't that, of this. It's like a portal in the sky. It was all over England, it was. It was in England, it was.
No, I
That's what
personally
I'm
think
thinking.
that's fake.
No, I say it was aliens.
It could be aliens, but it's telling me it's fake. There's something around it. You see, there's a lot of scaremongering going on now.
There is, the cabal are really trying to really scare. This is the last grasp of the old lads, or the dark side, and they're really grasping at straws now between the pretend World War III, etc., and all this crap that's going on.
I personally don't think there will be a World War III.
There's not going to be World War III, and not at all.
But
they
you know
want us
what?
back in
No
fear.
offense to anybody out there. Now, I'm not speaking on everyone in my generation, but a lot of my friends and a lot of people my age, I find, aren't bothered.
No, but Andrea, that is exactly what's going to happen.
Do you
Those
know?
that they want to go to war, the people that want to fight them, they're going to say, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
That's it.
No,
That's
Mick,
it. That full stop in the story. People are not going to be led by Muppets anymore.
what I feel, I'm not going to mention any countries, not into that, but I'm not into all that. But there is one country, there is people there, and they'll be taken out not by the universe has plans for them. But I think what was happening is, if you take all the other countries in Europe, they're all coming together.
Yeah.
And they're all protecting
This is
one
all
another.
part of the bigger picture that's out there. And if you listen to the different astrology people that I follow, and the different people that have different things up, this is all planned. This is all part. Like the month of April is going to be massive in relation to this stuff being. Look at the pyramids. Look what's after been discovered now underneath the pyramids, guys. Just look at that, and that is it.
I
Now
didn't
they
see
realize,
that one, Mick.
did you know? So, and they've discovered all these rooms and caverns below the pyramid, 600 meters deep. That they show that the pyramid, top of the pyramid, is like it's like a spike, but underneath that was all these different energy systems that are working away, that are far beyond our comprehension. It's that far advanced it is, and this is what's out there, and this is what we've been told would be revealed. It's been there for long, but it's been kept under wraps. A lot of things been kept under wraps, but it's all going to come out now. Watch out for that. Watch out for all the UFOs that are coming to help us. The Pleiadians, they're coming to help us,
Oh, the
guys.
Pleiadians want to help the world.
Oh,
the
yeah, they're here already.
Yeah, oh, they are. Because the Pleiadians don't want what's happening.
Oh, no. They're here to bring in the positive energy and the fifth dimension, and coming from a place of unconditional love. So the whole vibration of the earth is moving up to the fifth dimension, and this is what's happening. They're there to help us, but there will be a fake invasion, as we know. But there's a group of people in the world called the White Hats, and they are working on our behalf, and they are high up in various governments all around the world. They're known as the White Hats. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I ever spoke about the night we heard the Big Bang here.
Yeah, we talked about that in one of our earlier podcasts.
And Paul O'Halloran says that it was, and a lot of people told us it was an alien that went underground, but nobody else heard it but us here.
And a friend of mine at the time I was on the phone with heard it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got such a fright we called the guards. It honestly sounded like somebody got shot. And it wasn't like a car. You had to be there to experience the sound. It was like it was happening. We didn't have Jojo at the time. We didn't even have the dog. So it wasn't like the dog fell off the couch or something fell over downstairs.
I know, it was a big bang.
It was just you and me home. and it genuinely sounded like something had gone through our house downstairs.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, guys, and it obviously was. But
Yeah, it
listen,
was.
lads, look, everything is for an amazing new world that we're moving into. That's the beauty of it all, guys.
Well, I
That's
had
the
a very
beauty of it
strange
all.
experience happen to me yesterday.
Well, tell us.
I will. I had somebody booked in for a reading now. I'm not going to talk about who it was, obviously, or the reading. But I've said before, sometimes when I'm doing a reading for somebody, during the day, spirit come in, getting ready for the reading. Like,
Yeah, that
some
happens to
spirits
me
are
as well,
quite
Andrea. Yeah,
eager.
it does. Yeah.
And
They're baiting in the door to us, lads.
yeah.
They're baiting in the
I
door.
have that.
So I woke up yesterday morning and I was feeling really, really terrible. Like my stomach felt really sick, like I'd eaten something that didn't agree with me. And I've been very good at eating breakfast lately, like trying to be a little bit more healthier. And I couldn't even think about breakfast. I actually felt like I had been out the night before. I had to go to the shop on the way to work and get a Coca-Cola because it's the only thing that settles my stomach after a night out. I swear to God. So I went into the shop and I had my Coca-Cola for breakfast. And I was in work at 8:30 in the morning and I started getting rancid heartburn. And
I know
then
Coca-Cola do that to you, pet.
it wasn't the Coca-Cola because then I didn't put the two and two together. Spirit came into me and they were getting me prepared and telling me things about this reading. And when I was doing the person's reading last night, something came up and all of a sudden the symptoms that I had been feeling in the morning came back and it was actually to do with the reading.
That happens. That happens.
Yeah, that happens. That, yeah,
And
definitely.
I was shocked because I just thought I wasn't feeling well.
No, when that happens quite a lot.
And after the reading, and even today, I feel fine. Absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with me.
Oh yeah, but even with the energy and when you get the sense and symptoms, like I'd have it in my neck and my back, but all of a sudden then you're grand. It's just like
Yeah.
it comes.
It just
It's
goes.
like a wave. It hits you like a wave, and your aches and pains, and all of a sudden then gone.
Yeah.
Just disappears. No reason, no nothing, just gone.
And Mick, did you ever do a clearance on someone? Or if somebody had an attachment and you clear it and it actually goes through you?
No, I've never experienced that. Now you cleared me once or twice, Anne. You
I
did.
know.
I
I
always say
know.
to people, if you get a healing,
And I'd say it went through you, pet, because
It sure did, Mick. And we'll mention no
yeah.
more.
I always
We
say to
mention no
people,
more. No, we mention no more. Yes, that's
if
true.
you get a healing done or you're going through a really big deal of spiritual change or spiritual growth, chances are you will have an awful lot of diarrhea or vomiting. And now, don't take that as us saying if you have diarrhea and vomiting, you're fine. Always go to your doctor and get yourself checked out if you're not feeling well. But a lot
Yeah,
of the
I had
time,
that. I had that for months.
the diarrhea is diabolical, or your sick
Oh
stomach is like you can't keep anything down. It's
no,
terrible.
Andrea, I know. I lost about a stone in weight at the very start,
Yeah.
and
But
they had no idea what it was. They had no clue what it was. It wasn't.
there was one night I was very sick, but I couldn't get sick, and I was wishing the morning to come. But when I got up in the morning, it was fine, and I knew that was from somebody coming for a reading the next
But
day.
I've never had it that strong before. But spirit are very strongly coming in this week with
Lads, I've
the
done a couple of
energy.
readings this week, and readings. Well, a friend of mine sent me a message there. I read for someone he knew, and she came to me for a reading, and he just sent me a message that I blew her out of the water. But like the clarity of the readings and the clarity of the messages coming through, are even I was like, whoa, they're spot on, like they're just.
And did they ever say to you, well, how did you know that?
Oh, sure. She said several times. She's going like, "What? What?" And one guy says to me on Monday, lovely guy, he was, and he says to me, "How do you know that? Did he tell you that?" I says, "Yeah, sure. He's telling me it is."
And do you know what
And he
I
goes,
find?
Do you know what I love?
and he's
though?
shocked, like,
When people say, "Oh, you're right," and I'm like, "Yeah," because I'm not usually wrong. So
"Well, I always just say, look, spirit doesn't lie, guys. We're only repeating what spirit tells us.
yeah,
It's not
exactly.
us that's right. It's
And
spirit is
people
telling
say,
us."
how do you know? How do you know? You know.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know that
actually, speaking of that, I was on TikTok live earlier, and a woman you sent to follow me followed me. Yeah.
Go
You
on.
were only talking to her yesterday, I think.
I talked to a lot of people yesterday.
I won't say her name in case she doesn't want to be mentioned on the podcast, but she followed and she came on and said hello.
And did you do a card for her?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Yeah. But she's very
You'll have a lot more followers. Like I say, a load of people are following you today, as if us as well, Mick.
I know, and we have another. I looked at the York. We're up another load of followers again since yesterday.
I do be shouting us out on the TikTok as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
lads,
we're canvassing.
And to all our listeners, guys, share it this weekend with one person that you know needs
or even
to
share it on the Facebook, share it on the Instagram.
Needs to listen to this, boys, because we are just here to help people. That's what we're here to do.
That's all.
And people get such solace. Have we any spirits?
They actually, Mick, there's quite a few here tonight.
Yeah.
Quite a few.
Oh, and at the end of the podcast, I'll tell you about. Remember, you mentioned last week about the letter. Someone getting a letter. I'll give you the story on that. I give you. I didn't get. I give you the story on it. I will. Later on. I give you the story. But yeah, the person nearly fell off the chair. To say the least.
We have a lovely lady that's reached out with her spiritual experience, because I always like to hear.
Oh, I love these. I love the spiritual experience.
Hold on before you mention any more. Was it her grandfather or an elderly man?
I don't know, was he elderly, but
it was a man.
Yeah.
And he was contacting her before you read the thing.
Yeah. And now she hasn't seen my phone. I don't let her read the questions.
How can I see them without my glasses?
I know, but I don't show like Mum. You, Mick, and Mum. It's a surprise to you every week when I pull out what people are saying.
That's someone says, like, here with.
Andrea, someone said to us, we're not polished as a podcast because we don't have anything prepared. And I said, how can we prepare anything? We don't know who's coming in the door to us. Yeah. We have no clue what spirits are going to come in.
I thought I better brush my hair a bit. No, it's a gentleman that's coming in. I can't see him.
Oh, right.
And he's contacting her. Go on.
Well, she says, hi all, I hope all is well. I've bought Mick's poetry book too, and it was delivered to Mom's house in Galway last week.
Oh, yes, that's my girl from New York. Yeah, I should have, our friend from New York. Yeah, lovely girl. Sound out. Yeah.
My dad's birthday was on the 21st of March. He passed about 3 years ago, and I was thinking of him on his birthday and how I missed him and wished I could chat to him, etc. I was getting teary, upset, then remembered he was still here and that I could talk to him, and that I was essentially getting upset over nothing. 10 minutes later, my mom sent me a text out of nowhere. She said she'd opened the poetry book and the poem.
I love this. I love when that happens.
I'm Not Gone came up.
And that's true.
I love the universe.
I
love the universe.
Like it was sent for us. A great poem. Just said I'd share. Loving the podcast. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and that's him letting you know, because he's here with us now tonight. Because he told me, he says...
And he likes the poem, and he does. He's telling me here he likes the poem.
Yeah, he's actually here.
Yeah.
Here. And he said... Now, there's another man here. Maybe it's him as well that has a beard. He's great coloured hair, but has a beard. Quite a nice, lovely man. Laughing. So, he also wears glasses, and he's here as well for whoever. If anybody would like to elaborate on that.
Well, wait, I tell you about. Remember you're on about the haircut, Andrea?
Yes.
And I said I hadn't got a clue. And then Kyra says to me, I know what it is. I said, what is it? So on Friday night, I was making a presentation. I was one of the judges on the Emerging Artist Award with Enrique and Linda. They were organising this Emerging Artist. It was a fabulous night, guys. And he asked me would I be a judge, so I would give the spirit what I see spiritually in the paintings, you know. And there was 25 artists that had made the final cut, and the art was fabulous, guys. Really was top class now, and it was a brilliant night. But anyway, sure, my mother was talking about making sure your hair was right. Sure, see, lads, being a man, and you would grow hair in the back of the hat. And I shaved it myself, but you can't see what
You
you've
didn't
done. Like,
burn it, did you?
no, but Kyra says to me, I have to straighten that out for you, she says, because you made an absolute mess of it. And that's what my mother was on about, straighten up that
Okay.
hair before he goes to
Yeah,
the
can
to
I?
present the award the next night. So she did. She straightened me out before I went to the award. She
Did we
did.
mention this before?
Yeah,
What's
because
that?
I talked about his haircut last week.
That's what I'm saying. She talks about
Yeah.
it. That's
Oh,
what it
did
was about.
Mick mention it?
Yeah.
No, but did he tell us the reason last week? Because
No, I only telling you now. Sure, I did.
I've gone into time again.
Yeah, you have time lapse again, Anne. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I thought
You're skipping.
I skipped. I did. I have actually skipped because I says he's telling us. I did skip, Mick.
Yeah.
I
And
remember
Anne,
you
when
telling me
you
this.
skip forward, can you tell me what's for me dinner on Sunday?
What? As my father used to say, we're having pig's arse and cabbage.
Oh yeah.
That's
Well,
now
so
I did
Andrea,
skip.
that's what that was about.
Okay.
Getting the hair straight for the
Yeah,
presentation
yeah.
of the awards.
She was really going
And
on about your haircut.
oh, she was. Yeah, sure. I made a mess of it. Andrea had. Like, I really had.
And it's fine now.
Oh, this is grand. Kyra straightened up before we had the awards. I mean, a great night at the awards, guys. It was a brilliant night. It was, really lovely people, great spiritual energy up there, and like-minded people. It was a fabulous night. It was
And isn't
fabulous night.
it good to be around like-minded people and nice
And it's
people?
beautiful. It's beautiful to be around your own tribe, guys. It is absolutely beautiful.
Mick, did you ever break your nose?
How do you know that, Andrea? Yes, I did. Actually, I didn't break my nose. I got my nose broken work. A guy headbutted me into the face one night.
And did you have to get it put back into place because your mom is
Yeah.
saying that you were in A&E?
Yeah.
She's telling me that you had to go and see someone and they had to try and straighten your nose out. And
Actually, I came back to the Garda station that night, and Truls, the doctor, came in, and he got me in the room, the doctor's room, and he put his two hands up like that against my nose, and he just went.
I do not want to know. I can feel
Yeah,
it.
he just went. He just went. Mick, suck it up, and I went. All right, and he went. Tick. I went. Oh Jesus! And yeah, it was sore now. It was sore.
She's saying
It
you've
was
never
sore.
felt pain like that in your life.
No, I'm telling you, no, my nose in a mess. There was blood everywhere. It was in bits. Your man's. I was walking out with I was walking with his row. I turned to walk away, and he grabbed me by the lapels and swung me around and bang straight into my face and busted me nose.
Did you ever suffer with a bad nosebleed after that?
Always suffered with nosebleeds,
She's
Andrea,
talking
all
about
my
the
life.
nosebleeds now.
You used to
Yes,
suffer
Andrea,
with them.
suffered with nosebleeds all my life.
Yeah, she's
I had my
talking
nose
about that.
cortisone
Yeah.
several times.
She's saying you'll
Yeah.
be at a match. She was giving me a backstory.
Correct.
She's saying you will be
Yeah.
at another match soon, and she's saying watch your nose for a nosebleed.
Wow. Well, no, I used to be bleeding all the time at matches. Like,
But
or
she's
if I
saying
was,
again, there'll be another big one. Be careful. Watch your nose, she's saying, at a match.
Well, I went to a football match, Mick, one time. I was after coming out of hospital, and God rest my sister-in-law. She says, "Do you want to come up and watch your brother playing?" And I says, "Fine." And I went up, and we were standing in the sideline, and all I remember was out cold again. I got hit with the ball in the face.
oh, because
Was my brother kicked the ball and somebody shouted, I think it was Marion, and he kicked the ball and whack, he didn't mean it. But you know what happened to me one time? We were down in Brisses. You know where Brisses Bay is?
it's out the road, Anne, for me. It's only out the road 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, we were down in Brisses Bay. And
There'll be off and on. I was on it there twice this week. I was.
And some people were playing golf, and a young fella, and he hit me in the eye with the golf ball. And you know what the father says? I wouldn't worry about it. And my eye swelled out. I think my dad, God rest him, was a short man. And I think if he had got at him, his short leg would have went. What?
Yeah. I remember being up there one day on the sand dunes, and the quad, the square quads, the big quads. And of course, like in Egypt, I decided I go up the sand dune. This is the middle of the night, and we were doing it. We were doing a job with it. We had these quads we had, And I said, sorry, we were up down the beach on the quads, and of course I decided I'd go up the sand dune, straight up the sand dune. Oh, sure, turned the quad over. That was nearly killed. It was, no fear, of course, no fear at all.
British Bay is nice, isn't it?
Oh, and it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. When you're up, we go out there. When you come up
Well, I would like
at the end
Andrea
of
to come up if she had the day off.
Your mum is saying, she's talking about Kyra, Mick.
she's upstairs, yeah.
Chocolates in the fridge for Kyra.
Chocolates in the fridge for Kyra.
Yeah.
Easter bunny.
No. She's saying chocolates in the fridge for Kyra.
I'd have to ask her, Andrea. It doesn't make sense to me.
It makes sense to me, Mick.
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, Kyra doesn't eat chocolate.
It's not necessarily about the chocolate.
Okay. Oh no, what is in the fridge for her? There is, yes, there is.
What's
Her
in
cottage
there?
cheese. The cottage cheese. I bought it for her today.
Okay, because she's like, it's like chocolates in the fridge for
No,
Kyra.
but that's not what she's meaning.
No, she's on about something being specifically in the fridge.
Yeah, but that's
her
probably
cottage cheese.
But what she's trying to say is, I'll explain it without saying anything.
No, we'll say it after the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we'll chat after the podcast and you can explain to me. Because
actually, I
but there
know
is always
what?
cottage cheese in the fridge for her that I do pick up for her a little.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Chocolates, cottage cheese. Do you buy her lovely little bits and leave them in the fridge for when she comes?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It's that simple, guys. Yeah, it's not chocolate, it's cottage cheese. So she's telling you chocolate, but it's actually cottage cheese.
And I bought an Easter egg, a bunny.
For herself, and she gave it to Dad so he could give it to her for Easter.
I says, here, and I happy Easter ad. And
He was like, what?
And he took it. I thought, no, I put it upstairs.
Oh, lads, I'm here.
We know you
I don't believe it. Lads, the fucking podcast stopped.
No, it's still recording for me.
Well, all right, okay. What are we on then, Andrea?
20...
Oh, I see it. It's up at the top.
Yeah.
It's up at the top, lads. There was I look at the wrong screen and going, lads. I said, I'm looking at you going, it should be down there at the bottom.
I was wondering who he was talking to when he was saying I'm here.
Yeah. There you, lads, easy no, we're not a polished podcast. That's all I can say, lads. Easy no, we're not polished.
Can I just say, who'd want to be polished? We're normal people.
Well, and that's what she said. She says, you're just normal people, she says, sitting there having the crack. And it's lovely, isn't it, lads? I think that was a lovely way of putting it, lads. And we're just not polished. I like that, I do.
Yeah, I do. That was a very nice thing.
We're just real people.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are real people, yeah.
You know,
who talk to souls on the far side. I get messages from them.
I love the souls, talking to them.
I love the souls. I had some great chats this week with souls, lads, for people. Great chats with them.
But I think, Mick, they're very near today.
I was going to say that.
And
they're not as far away as you think they are. That's what your mom is saying.
They're very
no, I can
near.
actually feel them on my shoulder, actually. I can actually feel someone's hand on my shoulder now. That's the gospel. I can feel someone's hand on my shoulder there.
You have an uncle that's passed over, Mick.
Yeah, I have, yeah. Lovely man. Uncle Harry. Gorgeous man.
He's here.
And the porridge. Stir the porridge. Watch the porridge.
He has never come into me.
He's
Andre,
here.
that's lovely.
Mick, watch the porridge.
Watch the porridge. I had that conversation today with someone about the porridge, yes.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Were you talking about the porridge? You see, you can't have a conversation because I know.
I know, and I know that.
Yeah,
I know
your
that.
uncle, he's here.
Yeah.
He's
Go on, tell me more about Uncle Harry. He's a lovely man. That man's a lovely man.
He's quite peaceful. Like, he's not coming
yeah, very
in
much.
yapping. He's
quiet
saying
man.
some things
quiet
are better
man.
left unsaid.
Yeah, a quiet man, a very quiet man.
But so happy to be. Is something to do with his anniversary or his birthday coming up?
Oh, I'd have to ask Trish.
Because he's on about blowing out the candles or a celebration.
Yeah, Trish should know when Harry's anniversary was and when his birthday wasn't that. I wouldn't know that. No, I can't remember.
And what was the thing around country and western music with him?
Oh, no, he played in the accordion band.
Okay, there we go, yeah.
There you go, Andrea.
Yeah.
There you go. He actually played in the accordion band. Oh, my God, I love this.
Yeah.
Harry, how are you doing? Great that you're in.
That's
Great
the
that he's in.
hand you're feeling on your shoulder.
I was thinking of Andrea, that's it, because there's a fellow was a man that was there behind me. I was going to ask Anne, was it a Palladium? But it's not, it's him.
No, the
Yeah.
Wow.
Palladiums are
No,
very
he's
much
my
around.
mother's brother. He's my mother's brother.
Ah,
And
He's Mammy's brother.
also, guys, I'm picking up on in the woods, the lot of the creatures in the woods, they're all aggravated at the moment.
that's to do with
Ev-
this
Everyone's aggravated.
moon and this lunar
Yeah,
cycle and
Yeah,
everything
yeah, oh,
going on.
yeah. The energy is mental, guys. It's
it's
absolutely. People are so
absolutely,
short fused with each other. It's unreal, like.
yeah.
No.
I won't say where I was or what I was doing, but I was in a company and somebody was talking to somebody, and last weekend, and this person was kneeling down, and all I could see was a load of people around him and singing "Happy Birthday, Happy Birthday," and I was going to go singing "Happy Birthday," and I said, "Stop it, stop it!" And I could see all those souls, "Happy Birthday, Happy Birthday," and I thought, please, what? I said, "Stop it, stop it." I was saying to myself, and in the end, I said, "Excuse me." I says, "Have you a birthday?" Loads of candles. And he looked at me and he says, "No." But he says, "My niece is 40 and I'm going to her party tonight."
There you go,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
Like, there you go.
Yeah.
You know.
And he says, "How did you know?" Because I said, "Your father is telling me." But all I want to do is sing "Happy
Yeah,
Birthday."
sometimes that happens. A
Yeah.
song or something comes to
in.
mind, and you can't help yourself.
No,
No. Sure. I was in the Putching to Kyra having something to eat on Sunday, and often there I was sitting there, and Soul comes in and gives me a message, and I said, I can't go over and tell the woman the message. I said, there's no way I can do it. She's sitting there having her dinner with her kids. I can't tell her a message. So I walked out anyway, and the Soul was a bit annoyed with me because he said, like, you never get a message. I said, look, I'll give you. So the person's name was Aidan. And the woman was there with 3 kids, 2 girls and a boy, and she was eating a meal with a friend, and they're over in a corner. And I said, no, the deal is, it says, I'll mention it on the podcast, and you get her to listen to the podcast at some stages, if you will. And Aidan was the person that was looking to have a word with you.
Oh,
And it
brilliant.
was in the Putching still last Sunday, about 5 o'clock. So there you go, Aidan. I've done my part. Your job now is to get her to listen to the podcast.
And on that note, you might finish this one up with a poem.
Is it 10
I will,
gone
lads.
already?
Yes.
It is, yeah,
Over
we're
half
there,
an
lads.
hour.
We're thereabouts. Here's one, guys, that I wrote only last night. When I find it. Right. She's loading slowly but surely. Okay. Right. Because I'm meeting a lot of people, guys, that their relationships are breaking up. Yeah. And it's because of the energy, and it's because of what's out there, guys. So, love of your life. The love of your life, it is really created. A combination of things that is so underrated. The love of your life won't ever walk away. It's you that they choose every hour of the day. No point in yearning for what left you alone, for they are the people that are happiest to roam. No point in looking back at what you thought lost. Once you begin to shine, they leave like the frost. The person that is right, they know what you need, for that is the person that your soul they feed. So don't sit and wallow for love that's not real. Respect your boundaries. From there you can heal. Don't ever look back. No need to ask why. You're free as an eagle. Your playground the sky.
That's brilliant.
Absolutely
Now for
lovely.
all those people that are separating, guys, don't look back. The universe is taking them out of your life for a reason. Only move forward, guys. There you go. Wrote that last night. Literally 10 minutes, lads. I just got him. Kyra sent me something on Facebook, on Instagram, and it came to me and it went bang. Okay, that's it. So, lads, good night to us all.
Nice.
Woohoo!
Love
And
and
good night
light.
to them all.
We'll talk
Good
to you
night. Love and
soon.
Yeah.
light, guys. Talk to you soon.